Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about DHCP server configuration. So how to configure the DHCP server for dynamic IP configure assignment. So let's begin with a small lab using a Cisco packet tracer tool as usual. So I am going to take this lab which has three users already connected to the switch. So I'm going to take a router and then connect these two device router and the switch using using a straight through cable. And then let's start configuring the devices. So let's go to the um, uh, router first, but before that let's decide what network we are going to give. So we are going to use 10.10.0/24 network, so that from this network you can the DHCP server will be able to assign the IP address for these end users. So let's begin configuring the DHCP server. Here it is the router. So let's log into the router. You can see the interface is up now on the router. Just go to the configuration mode and then start configuring the DHCP. So before configuring the DHCP, so you have to give the IP address. So just give IP address 10.10.10.1. So this router will also act as a gateway. So let's give it as 10.10.10.1 with the subnet mask 24. So now it's up and running with the IP address. So let's begin the DHCP server configuration. So just type IP DHCP and then you can give the uh, options like excluded address. So this is mainly used to prevent the DHCP from assigning this particular address which you are going to type, that is 10.10.10.1 will be used dedicatedly for this server. So it will not be used anywhere for the assignment by this server. So that is why we are giving this excluded address. And then you can give the DHCP pool. You can configure it like IP DHCP, and then you can get the pool knob, and then you can give a DHCP name. Let's say you have a DHCP server as a pool name. So you're going to configure it as a pool name. So IP DHCP pool and DHCP server. So this is the pool name we have configured. So now you make this router, which is also acting as a DHCP server, as a default router. As I said, it's a default gateway. So you have to configure default router and then type the IP address 10.10.10.1. So this is going to be the default IP address, default router. And now we are going to configure the network information for this DHCP server so that it will use this network address to assign IP address for the end users connected. So we have to type network and then give the network address 10.10.10.0/24 network. So that is what we are going to configure here. And the subnet mask. Yes, so network has been configured now for the DHCP server, and yeah, you can see the running configuration. So we have configured the DHCP information. DHCP pool has been configured with the network address has been configured, and the default router IP address has also been configured. And you can see the excluded address, which is the same 10.10.10.1, and the interface is configured with the IP address 10.10.1, and it's up and running. So now let's check the IP address status. So it's also up now. So you also have to give the DNS server IP address. So just give DNS server 8.8.8.8 under the DHCP configurations. So that's it. Now if you put show run and check, you will be able to see the DHCP information. So all the DNS information, subnet mask, everything has been configured. And you can also see the switch. There is no VLANs configured. So all the devices connected to this switch will belong to the same VLAN, single VLAN, which is the default VLAN, VLAN 1. So let's check whether the IP can be assigned automatically by the DHCP server. Just go to the first PC and check DHCP so that you will be able to enable DHCP by checking it. So you can see the 10 network 10 IP 10.10.10.2 as IP address has been configured. I mean has been assigned. DHCP server automatically assigned this IP address to this PC. So you can see the router IP address here, which is the default gateway here and acting as a DHCP server. And these informations in the IP config, which is the subnet mask, IP address, DNS server IP address, and default gateway address, all these parameters are given by automatically from the DHCP server to this PC. Similarly, the second PC, you can see 10.10.3 has been assigned for this device from the DHCP server. And if you go to the third device, you can see 10.10.4 has been assigned by the DHCP server automatically. So that's why we are using the the DHCP server to get the IP address assigned dynamically for these users. Let's build the network further. Let's take a new users, like two more users, and connect them to this same existing switch. So it's like building your network, like new users or new employees added to your network in a company. So once you connected, they will be assigned with an IP address automatically by this server. So you can see 10.10.5 has been assigned. So for this PC, similarly 10.10.6 will be assigned. So it will be a sequence order as you have already configured the DHCP pool. So DHCP server will be able to assign IP address from that pool. So you can see that. Yeah, so they are able to assign automatically IP addresses. So let's take one more extension. Just take another switch and connect this switch to the existing switch, and don't configure any VLANs. If we don't configure any VLAN information, it is going to use the same default VLAN. And now take two new users, and connect this new switch using a straight through cable. So once they are connected, immediately they will be able to get the IP address dynamically from the existing DHCP server that we have configured. So you can just check it out. Just open the system, one of the new user, go to the IP config and check DHCP. So you can see 10.10.10.7 has been assigned for this PC. And similarly, you go here and check, there will be another 10.10.IP has been assigned to this device by the DHCP server. You can see 10.10.10.8 has been assigned. So that's it. So you will be able to assign IP address dynamically by this DHCP server. This is how you can configure the DHCP server. I hope you have learned how to configure the DHCP server now. See you in another video of BNB.